How do psychological biases influence stakeholder behavior? Imagine trying to steer a ship through a foggy sea. You can see the destination, but the way your crew reacts depends on many unseen factors. In project management, those unseen factors are often psychological biases that shape how stakeholders behave. These biases influence how they interpret project information and make decisions. Recognizing them can help you navigate tricky waters more smoothly. Stakeholders are driven by basic human needs like safety, recognition, and belonging. For example, someone might resist a new technology because they fear losing their job security. Understanding what each stakeholder values most helps you craft messages that resonate with their core needs. This makes communication more effective and builds trust. Let's look at some common biases that can change stakeholder behavior. Confirmation bias makes people favor information that supports what they already believe. If a stakeholder thinks the project will fail, they might ignore positive updates and focus only on risks. Anchoring bias is when the first piece of information sticks in their mind. If initial project estimates are high, stakeholders might expect costs to stay that way, even if later data suggests otherwise. Status quo bias is another one. It makes people prefer things to stay the same, even if change is necessary. This can slow down decision-making or adoption of new ideas. Escalation of commitment happens when stakeholders keep supporting a failing project because they've already invested a lot of time or money. They might ignore signs that it's time to change course. The endowment effect causes stakeholders to overvalue their role or parts of the project just because they are involved, resisting changes that could improve things. False consensus effect is when stakeholders believe others share their views more than they actually do. This can lead to misunderstandings or conflicts within the project team. As a project leader, understanding these biases helps you plan better. You can design engagement strategies that address what stakeholders need and expect. For example, providing balanced data counters confirmation bias, and explaining why change benefits everyone can reduce resistance rooted in status quo bias. You can also use this knowledge to communicate more clearly. When you know a stakeholder tends to cling to initial estimates, you can gently guide them toward updated information. Recognizing escalation of commitment allows you to suggest reassessment points before resources are wasted. Building trust and empathy becomes easier when you understand their mental shortcuts and emotional triggers. In the engagement matrix, classifying stakeholders by their influence and interest also involves understanding their behavioral tendencies. This helps you choose the right approach for each person. Some may need reassurance, while others might require detailed data to overcome biases. Tailoring your communication in this way improves collaboration and reduces conflicts. Overall, knowing how psychological biases influence stakeholder behavior arms you with tools to manage relationships better. It helps you anticipate reactions, address concerns more effectively, and guide your project toward success. When you understand what drives stakeholder decisions, you can lead with confidence and clarity.